welcome to Newcastle Fans TV. We're going to be going you through the whiteboard. I'm just behind the camera at the moment, just setting up at the moment. So this is the first time that I've ever done this live. The camera's slightly wonky, but that's the best I can do. So I'll be reading your comments towards the end, so fire in your questions, of course, as well, and we'll get answering them. Right, okay, then, so let's crack on with it, shall we? Right, and so, hello everyone, how's it doing? So let's crack on with it. So as you can see, I have West Ham behind us. What I think West Ham will go with is 4-2-3-1. Now there is the talk that West Ham might go 3 at the back, but I don't think that'll be the case. I think it will be Adrian in goal, who's done fantastically. Keep Joe. Well, to be honest with you, Joe Hart had an absolute stinker this season. And then I think we'll go with Zabaleta. Now I went on West Ham Fan TV last night, and I got criticised for saying that we should get Christian Atsu on an old man. Now earlier on in the season, St James's Park, he absolutely tortured him. So why not? You know what I mean? I got criticised for saying that, and I think, you know, I've got every right to say that. I think Reed and Ogbonna will be the 2 centre-backs. Creswell will be the left back as well. I think Dominic Rice will come in with Aubameyang. I think this is where we can target West Ham. We'll come at that in a minute. Mikel Antonio. I think Andre Ayew will play in the 10. I think he'll move around and switch with Arnautovic. And I think you'll go with Hernandez, who, to be honest with you, hasn't really hit the heights off so far this season. I think it's only got 4 goals. Some people are saying that Andy Carroll might start against his old side. Can't say. I think he'll come off the bench. Carroll, as far as I'm aware, hasn't scored in the Premier League this season. Right, so as I touched upon, they could play 3 at the back, but I'm going to go with the 4 at the back as well. If you're wondering why I've got a scarf on, just got in. Right, okay, so let's crack on for this. So we know that, I'm going to start with Aaron Creswell as well. You know, he's got a fantastic delivery, the Scouser. He'll probably try and bomb on and try and overlap to allow Arnautovic to come inbound. I do think Creswell will try and get on. Anything you give stupid free kicks away, he'll be on them. Set pieces, he's got an excellent left foot, and you know, could be an outside chance to get the World Cup. You just never know, do you? Coming across as Zabaleta, I don't think he'll get bombing on as much as forward. That's why I think Antonio, with these workhorse that he's got, can get up and down there. I honestly think Mikel Antonio was so underrated. He's played in several positions, and I would love him. Honestly, I would love him to beat the tune for what he can do. Getting him down that pitch, powerful, strong, get in the box. He can play a full back. He's great in the air. Real talent, I think. This is where I think Newcastle can target. And will Rafa Benitez go 2 up top? Will he play the number 10? I've got the funny feeling that he'll continue with Perez and that number 10. Now, you can all at home and all of that, but I think that's what Rafa will go with. Will he go with 2 up top away from home with Gale and Hoslu? I can't say that personally. This is where I think these 2 don't look very strong. So if you can get Ayoze Perez when we have the ball to get a little bit further forward, almost as your second striker, just to pull one of them out of position, you know, that will then allow the likes of Mikel Merino to go in the space, which we all know he's fantastic, mint at going up, bringing the ball up. Right, this one. He's always hit and miss. Now, he had a fantastic return to the Britannia, or the Bets 365, whatever you want to call it. He was absolutely outstanding, man of the match, playing the pantomime villain, and he come back and haunted Stoke. And it just depends on which Arnautovic for me turns up, because he's got, there's no shadow of a doubt, he's got pace, he's got ability, but when he's having a bad day, fucking hell, you let you know that he's having a bad day. He's doing, for fuck's sake, and all of this rubbish that he normally comes up with. So for me, it just depends on what Arnautovic comes up. So you're going to probably ask if he's going to go down the left, DeAndre Yedlin, just to keep an eye on him coming inside as well. I think that's what important. Isaac Hayden and Yedlin talk to each other as well. I do think there'll be Andre Ayew, who'll be in the number 10. Like I said, that he might come over here to the left over to the left. Mark Noble's missing, which is a key. Lanzini's missing, who would normally play in this position. I think he's an absolutely great little player technique. He'll probably go to the World Cup. I think he's Argentinian. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment box. Hernandez, who, you know, when West Ham signed him in the summer, I was like, why haven't we gone in for Javier Hernandez? He's guaranteed to bag your goals. And maybe, I don't know, maybe Rafa's seen something in him, because he's struggling this season. I know he's in and out of the side and everything as well. You know, Joe Hart's on a goal. We've been linked to him as well. We might sign him at the end of the season, Adrian as well. But just going back towards here, anything. You literally name it. I said it earlier on the season when we'd done the preview for the West Ham game, that I think that Javier Hernandez is probably in the top 3 poaching in the Premier League. He is that good. You give him a sniff of a chance and he'll bury it. He doesn't care if it's a header. He doesn't care if it's a tap-in. I think Newcastle would love someone like him. I know we've got Dwight Gale, but for me, Javier Hernandez is on another level to Dwight Gale for me. But, you know, looking at that, I know it's a load of scribbles and everything. Get Christian Atsu on him. Yes, Zabaleta has been great the last few weeks, but if you can get Zabaleta running, I think that's where we can hurt West Ham as well. So let us know any comments. I know the comments box is gone crazy. Antonio is out. Is he really out this game? I thought he was a doubt. I'm just reading some of your comments there. So what I'm going to do now is literally get rid of the West Ham side. So if Mikel Antonio is out, please confirm that in the comments box. If he is out, you'll probably see some change of formation for West Ham. We're going to get on to Newcastle in a moment. What formation will Rafa go with, as I touch upon? Will he go with the 2 up top? Will he go with the 1 up top? Will Paul Dummett's back? Does Paul Dummett come straight into the lineup? Well, we'll have to start getting on with the 2 new then. So I do apologise. I'm not going to spray the board because it takes forever to wipe it off. As this is live, out can go wrong on this. Right, so I have Newcastle's lineups right here. And this is what I think they're going to go with. Get your predictions in right now as I do this. Get your lineups in goal. I do think it'll be Rob Elliott. I think there's no surprises there. You know, there's no massive changes. I don't think he'll change it. Now, there is some talk if Paul Dummett is fit, he goes with Manquillo at right back, but I think he'll continue with DeAndre Yedlin at right back as well. I think the captain picks himself. You can't really drop Jamal Lascelles. Every time he plays, Newcastle seem to look so much more solid. Now, who does he go alongside Lascelles? That's a question, though. Does he go with Kieran Clark? Does he go with Florian Lejeune? I always say I prefer Kieran Clark because I think those two have the better partnership in the centre-backs range. I don't think Clark is the best natural defender. I think Chancellor Mbemba is. But partnership-wise, I do think it'll be Clark is the best one, but I don't think he'll go with Kieran Clark. I do think he will continue with Florian Lejeune. Let me know what you think. And then I honestly think it's a massive welcome boost for this fella. Paul Dummett, welcome back to Newcastle, into the side, Paul Dummett. I watched him at the under-23s, not last night's game when we scored 7, but the week before. Solid, played an hour. Didn't really have a chance to play in the under-23s again because the couple of games were cancelled. But I think he's a welcome boost. Now, a lot of people get on Paul Dummett's case so much, and I think I'm one of them. I'm guilty myself. But he is a defender who loves just to defend. You know, you talk about you want your full-backs being your wingers and all this sort of stuff. He's a welcome boost, he is, because we're shipping in goals. I know we were losing 1-0, but we're shipping him loads of goals just before that. And having him back, who would have thought we'd welcome Paul Dummett back? It just goes to show you, when you miss something and it's gone, you want it back. Now, Shelvey is suspended. People thought it's a one-match ban. It's not. It's a 2-match ban. Shelvey does not play in this game. So I think it's pretty obvious who will play in midfield. I think it's going to be Isaac Hayden and, of course, Mikel Merino. I cannot really see that being split up, personally, for me. We'll talk about how they'll get on in a moment as well. Now, if we have a look at who's going to play on the right. Now, for me, this fella, Matt Ritchie, when he come off against Arsenal, performed so much better. We've seen it against West Brom. Shelvey come off the bench, performed a lot better. I think when we've said it, Matt Ritchie is a fabulous player. He's got 5 assists, but when your form dips, you cannot be guaranteed to start. So Matt Ritchie, for me, will come in and start this time around. And then it's okay then, right, so you've got that. Who's going to play left? Is he going to go with Jacob Murphy? Is he going to go with Christian Atsu? I honestly think Jacob Murphy, although he's grown slowly in confidence, I think Rafa will take him out of the side, and I think he will go with Christian Atsu for this one. So I'm going to go for Christian Atsu over here. And then he left, right, okay, do you go with 2 up top, or do you go with the 1 up top? As I touched upon already, I think it'll be the 1 up top. And I think Ayoze Perez will start. I know he was shifted out to the left later on against Arsenal. We went 2 up top. Maybe that's a tactic that Rafa's seen, because Hoslu looks so much better when Gale was up top with him as well. And he's winning a lot of the aerial duels as well. I read a stat there where Hoslu was winning 90-odd% of the balls in the air against Arsenal. But then the question is, okay, so who's going to play up top? Does he go with Hoslu? Does he go with Dwight Gale? We know that Mitrovic is out, so Mitrovic will not play in this game. But I've got a funny feeling it's going to be Dwight Gale. I really do think it'll be Gale. I think he'll go with Gale. Obviously, we'll find out at 2 o'clock tomorrow. So that's the lineups. I'm just going to get out of the way and talk, so you can have a good look at that as well, whilst I get my pen ready to do loads of scribbles, as you know I love a scribble on this board. So Elliott, Yedlin, Lascelles, Lejeune, Dummett, Hayden, Mourinho, Richie, Perez, Atsu, Gale, 4-2-3-1 formation. That's what I think Rafa will go with. Is that what I want personally? No, I would like to say 2 up top, but I can see why you may go for the extra man in midfield, just so we'll look a little bit defensively, a lot more secure. Right, okay then, so as I've touched upon straight away, I honestly think, again I'll touch upon it again, I was criticising West Ham Fan TV because I said Christian Atsu, if you give him the ball and run at Zabaleta, there's no shadow of a doubt Christian Atsu's got pace on him. And people say, yeah, Zabaleta kept out Alexis Sanchez and so on, but for me, I think you've got to play Atsu and just get on him because he's an old man. We terrorised him. It seems to spark when we won 3-0. And that'll just allow Paul Dummett just to defend Paul. You just stay there. You act like a left centre-back. These two, again, need communications, as I've touched upon before. Just Lascelles being back in the side, it gives the defence an extra 10% for me. Leader, talker, the influence that he has. He doesn't even have to be on the ball or involved much in the game, just his presence being there as well. Do you ask DeAndre Yedlin to bomb on? Do you ask Matt Ritchie to track back? I think it's going to have to be a bit of a mixture of the two, to be honest with you, and maybe get Yedlin bombing on that wing. I think Aaron Creswell is a pretty decent footballer, as I've touched upon already, if we can get to try to make him work. But if you are going to do that, as I touched upon with West Ham, you're probably going to have to ask Hayden, not so much all the time, the odd occasion, just to step out of position and just to help cover this sort of area as well, maybe double up as well. That's why I think Perez will obviously help back with his track backing as well. But I also think that Perez sometimes, and you've seen it against Arsenal, Hoslo for me, despite him winning a lot of flick-ons, was too far up here. He was too deep. But then Hoslo had like 20-yard space for the next man near him. We don't need that. We need Gale spinning off all sorts, you know, he's running. He likes the fox in the box. He's got a couple of different things in his locker. I just think Gale will offer more than what Hosler win in this game. I know Hosler wins all the headers and blah, 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 blah. But if Hosler wins the headers and you're playing one up top, Perez doesn't get behind Hosler. That's no good for me. Mikel Mourinho, I do this in every whiteboard because I think him bringing in the ball, for me, without a shadow of a doubt, the best player on the pitch against Arsenal. He was winning all the tackles. He was bringing the ball forward. He could go past the player. And if you take, say this is your back four, right? If you go past a player, that then leaves space. It's simple. Mourinho has that in his locker. Those two need to communicate. Rob Elliott, I know we're after a goalkeeper. Probably going to have to be, he's going to be up against a couple of shots. But for me, I would like to say Rob Elliott. Rob Elliott's going 8 or a 9 perhaps, you know, if we are under the cosh, because we're goalkeepers a little bit hit and miss at the minute. So that's what I think. I'm just going to get out of the way and I'll read some of your comments as well as I just drop down to read these for you. So, right, okay, so we need Yedlin to push on, says Charles Barefoot. Kieran says 20 points by Christmas is possible, then if we can do it, we'll lock karma. Peter Crosby Landscapes Limited, how come Save don't play anymore? I kind of like him. Well, Peter, he didn't even feature for the under-23s last night. I know it's more the reserves, but he's going out the door. The quicker I can get him out the door, the quicker I can get Cole back out as well. We've got City after this. Nova, yep, spot on. Washing machine killer. You know things are bad when we're excited when we got Paul Dummett comes back. Yeah, well, who would you rather have? Paul Dummett or Javier Manquillo? 100% NUFC, hello shorty lads. I'd play Hostel and Gale 2 up top. Yeah, probably, but would Rafa though? That's what I'm asking you. Perez needs to be very good. Yep, true. Lewis Hire, you're right. Ben says we're going down. How are Ben? Bit more optimistic. And what keepers do you want? I would love to get Donnarumma from AC Milan, but that's not going to happen. And maybe go and get his brother who's there as well. Need some young boys in. Dummett is better than Manquillo. 30 million is rumoured in the market. All around in a striker. What do you think? Yeah, Frosty, I would go for striker as well. So that is it. That was the live video. Let me know what you think. If you like it, I'll do more of them. I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit nervous doing the live video because don't know how it's going to go. But yeah, so that's been the whiteboard. If you're watching the rerun of this, or if you watched the half of this stream, this will be processed the video probably about 10-15 minutes after this is finished up scheduling. And get your comments down there below if you are watching the rerun as well. And please like the video because it helps with a live video as well. And if you didn't like the video, dislike it. Dislike and promote the videos on YouTube too. We'll accept that too. Score predictions, get them down. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.